Will, thank you so much, bro.
My guy.
Thank you so much for coming through, bro.
Appreciate you for having me on.
Tell me, bro. This is a new episode. This is a big deal. We're out in a different city, New York, different environment. Are you from here?
I'm not. I'm from LA.
You're from LA.
Yep,
What part?
Pasadena, East Side.
Bro, I just moved to LA.
How do you like it?
I like it. I'm from Houston, bro, so like it's a different vibe, but I do like it. I like the weather a lot more. It's not as humid, not as dry. Like it's just perfect.
It's perfect,
bro. It's perfect. And we don't get much beaches out there, so it's cool. But
have you scoped all the beaches and shit?
No, bro. I went
when I'm out there, I'll take you around.
Please, bro.
I'll show you the way.
You got the spots, bro.
Yeah.
Did you shoot the DC the Dawn out in LA?
I did.
Bro.
We shot it like an hour outside.
Beautiful, bro. Yeah, I need to go see like spots like that, bro. Like scenery, just all kinds of stuff like that.
Dude, that's kind of my favorite part about, as far as like film stuff goes in LA, is that you can just get so many different looks.
100%.
And all it takes, like, we drove an hour and we got those crazy mountains and the orange fields, and then we drove an hour to Malibu and like crazy rocks and all this, like totally different look and scene and shit.
See, like I've been there for like two months. I only went to Malibu one time, and I went to Zunu Beach.
Yeah.
Zuma Beach.
Zuma.
Yeah. I was there with Keaton actually. So you know Keaton?
I don't.
Okay. Keaton Jones, director.
Okay. Yeah.
So he was out there. He brought me on set.
Dope.
So that was like the only time, but I never like get in the water or some shit. It's like too cold. So.
But it's
cool.
Kind of brick.
I'm like a tourist out there right now, so I'm just trying to go around.
Yeah. How old are you?
24.
Oh,
just
same,
turned 24.
Same.
Oh, fire.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
cool.
Dope.
Yeah. I just like, I'm really curious, bro, because with this new day and age of like content, bro, we've been doing these podcasts, we've been getting all these different kinds of guests, and a lot of them are a lot older, right? A lot of them are like Nabil, JMP, not too much older, but you know, they have a generation difference between us and them, you know?
How old are they? Like pushing 30?
I'd say they're like definitely 30, mid-30s.
And it's like director guys that are like seasoned?
Yeah. Bro, veterans.
Yeah.
Veterans. Like Daps, bro. Daps did the Bad and Bougie video with Migos. Like he's definitely like, I think he was 28, but definitely on the older side.
Yeah.
And so it's really
that was years ago.
Bro, years, bro.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because it's like, you're focusing on this short form content style that are naturally getting more views than even some of the videos that are posting on long form, like for YouTube.
Yeah.
So something I really want to dive into that's just like blowing my mind is how you were able to navigate that. So can you talk to me a little bit about how you like transition to this short form content style?
Yeah, so it's funny because that was kind of my introduction to music videos. So it was never really a transition from like, how do I get my existing music videos to like pop on short form and like get traction? It was like, I came from content, and like my inspirations were like David Dobrik and shit.
Yeah.
So, and as we talked about off camera, like I've been doing YouTube for years. So, and then, you know, TikTok came out and I was just like, oh, this is like a vehicle to promote my YouTube channel. And it was working. Like, you know, I got like 8,000 subs off a crazy viral TikTok, and I was like, holy shit, this actually works.
Yeah.
So when I was like 22, I just wanted to get closer to like music because I love music, but I never had any musical talent like that. Like I wasn't gonna go be an artist, but you know, I was already practicing cinematography for years, and like I knew the social game, so I just literally applied like everything I knew about what worked on TikTok, and I started doing these music videos for strangers in Miami, and like the first one got like 7 million views. I was like, this is it.
Bro, it's really engaging content.
Thank you.
Because it's got a shock value. You know, it's also like, people like seeing people, so it's
Yeah.
just naturally like a good content style to engage with.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I was going for, especially back then. And then like, yeah, it was like perfect timing because I was getting out of college, and I was probably making like a couple $100 off random like I did a deal with this water bottle company for like $300 for 10 TikToks, like that type of money.
Damn.
I was like, I'm gonna go be a freelance videographer after, and I didn't even graduate, so.
Where'd you go?
Penn State.
Okay, cool.
I went there for 4 years though, and just
Damn, you didn't go? Oh, damn.
Yeah. So it's not like I like sick dropout story.
Yeah.
No.
You pretty much went.
I experienced the fuck out of that place. I just maybe too much. But no, it was like perfect timing. So I was like, oh, this works, and like it's something I'm really passionate about because I can still like be shooting my own content, but also getting paid by people for it.
Facts.
So yeah, I was just running music videos, and just I tried to keep innovating until the point where I got this solid grasp on the idea, which is like, I want the behind the scenes, not just to be like behind the scenes, like, oh, we're setting up this shot. I want that to be like part of the artistic project, right? So like making that as engaging entertainment as possible.
It's a story, bro.
Yeah, it's a story.
You see a beginning, middle, and end, the problems that go in between.
Yeah,
I love it.
Exactly. So like, you know, that part of it is like something I cared just as much about as like making the music video perfect. And then, yeah, bro, it was like a year after starting to do Random People, and you know, I did a Bobby Shmurda video in New York that summer, and then cut to like February, I got a DM from this guy at a record label, and we set up, or I was like, you know, we did the Tusi video, and that shit just like popped. And then after that, it was like crazy for a whole 6 months of just like, holy shit, like the next name came in. Like it was surreal for sure.
How did you go about navigating on who you were gonna do? Like I'm sure a lot of people reached out that you didn't do, you know? So how did you go about navigating? Was it based on like attitude, charisma, social media? Like what was it based on?
I think both. Like and you know, at the time I had a lot of people in my ear that like, I didn't know anything about like, or maybe not nothing, but it's hard to, when you're changing that much, to like know what's cool to do and like, oh, should I just do all the biggest people that come in, like grab any opportunity to like grow and I almost like that mentality more than some of the decisions I make, where it's like people would just tell me, oh, that might be a weird look, and then like maybe I pass on some artists that it's like I'm looking back like, why the fuck did I pass on them? This is like entertainment in the end of the day. So it's like obviously about curating a brand that.
Do you have a manager, or is it just all you?
I do.
Okay, cool.
I've had, you know, a bunch of people that I've worked with that are like.
It's like a talent manager or like an artist? Like what kind of?
Yeah, so I started with a good friend of mine, and we ended up, you know, eventually parting ways, and he's, you know, onto some crazy shit now, and he's doing like artist management and like label negotiation stuff,
Good
which is dope. But then, yeah, I don't know. That's been like a wild kind of part of my career that is all behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk about, is like everyone sees all these views, all the stars that you're working with, but it's like there's a whole layer behind this, bro. It's kind of like like Impractical Jokers, bro. Like a lot of people just think it's like all jokes, but in behind, bro, they have like 80 episodes they've never dropped. You know, I like seeing like why, you know? I like asking those questions.
For sure.
Because you're doing a show.
Some that I haven't dropped.
You got a show, bro. It's a series.
That's how I like to think about it too. That's
what you got, bro. That's what it is.
Dope. No, I got some videos that didn't drop. Same day as we shot Tusi, bro, I fucking went to our Two Rare's house in LA.
Yeah.
And this is another one where I'm like, why didn't I drop that? But we shot an intro and it was just like, it was fake, but like, it was supposed to be fake. Like I was knocking on his door, it was like a skit. And, you know, whoever my influences at the time were, I was just like, no, I don't want to like give off that skit type of vibe. So like, I just never got around to that video. And like, you know, whatever, but I don't know. That's like an interesting, I bagged a lot of videos that honestly recently I've been like, maybe I should just now start like dropping those and be like, 2 years ago, never dropped. Like, fuck it.
You can probably make a good story out of it, you know?
Yeah. And like tell the actual story like I just did, but yeah.
What's your favorite one? You know, like the one that I saw that like in a storytelling, editing, the whole aspect to it was the Bobby Altoff and Offset one.
Yeah.
Because that one was choreographed really well, and you could tell that, you know, especially on the long form YouTube video, you know, you kind of prepped it out as like the person who took the bag wasn't Bobby, and then you kind of like snuck it in there, so it was like you don't see that in the short form. So like I like that one the most, but like which one's your favorite?
Dude, that one's really,
it was a good time too.
Cool to me.
Yeah, like it was a good time. They were both popping, doing their thing.
Dude, crazy timing. It was like a couple weeks after that Drake shit went down with her. The interview. Not the alleged beef, but like that one is a really cool story because I got hit up. It was a Thursday night, and I was here, like literally probably right on that corner over there, like smoking a J, and I just get a text, yo, Offset tomorrow, LA. I'm like super down.
On the way.
Booked a flight right on the spot. And I write the idea on the plane, and I originally had wrote it for like a kid to be the one who steals the bag, but I was like thinking about this whole story concept that like what I was saying earlier, where it like ties together the content, and it's not just BTS, but it's meaningful for what the music video result is.
Yeah.
I was like trying to make it all as cohesive as possible, And I wrote it with this kid. I'm like, okay, I think this is a good concept. I land, I go to my house in Pasadena, and then it was like 10 minutes, change, throw my shit, you know, get all my friends that can help, drive to West Hollywood to go to the hotel. And on the way to the hotel, the guy from the label calls me and he's like, yo, he's doing an interview with Bobby, that's why we're having you at this hotel. So involve her maybe, I think she might be down. And so I'm like, fuck the kid, get Bobby in there. Holy shit, this is now, it actually like makes sense. But yeah, with the YouTube video, I wanted it to seem like you just had no idea where the line was between like real and scripted. So it seems like it's actually a social experiment. And then like, you know, the camera goes behind her and it's like, why would it be following this random person? And then it like reveals it. So that is something that I like, that I kind of thought of this concept where I'm like, this is like an internet film, because it's like not a film, but it's not like a prank video.
Yeah.
You know, like it's like
the Eric Andre pranks. It's like real.
Totally.
Yeah.
Eric Andre was a huge inspiration. 100%.
I love that. What else do you get like inspiration from? Is it a lot of like short form content, or do you get it like with the Eric Andre show? It's just natural kind of TV shows.
I think that and like Nathan For You.
Yeah.
Were like the biggest inspirations for me in terms of those type of YouTube videos.
Okay. I can see that. That makes a lot of sense.
And the Nathan For You one kind of confuses some people when I say it, but I just love how he like pulls off these absurd ideas. That's kind of like what I'm going for.
Yeah.
Where and like the artist is reacting to it too, and like there's surprises, and like I feel like that's like the peak of what I'm trying to do with like this specific stuff. But I take a lot of inspiration from like, you know, other YouTube stuff that I watch. I really like this, you know, Inside by Bo Burnham. It's like a Netflix thing. He shot and edited and wrote all the music himself. He like 2020 locked himself in his crib.
What the fuck?
You gotta check that. It's one of the best pieces of like digital creator media that anyone's ever like done with their own camera and editing.
Yo, am I tripping? Why have I heard that name before?
Bo Burnham. He's like a comedian that sings and plays piano.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've
Check
heard that
it
name
out.
for sure. Okay.
It's fire. I really love performance art like that. I don't know, bro. I'm just like fucking love entertainment. I love art. Like I'll see a painting and be like, I'm gonna recreate that with a shot, or like, you know, some shit like that.
Yeah, I got this like long distance idea from National Geographic.
Yeah?
Like, yeah, it's like they don't get too close to the danger, but it's still in sight, you know? It's like,
100%, dude. I kind of want to like shoot some Nat Geo type shit one day. Like actually like be, that's kind of another thing.
Yeah, talk to me about some goals, like something that you want to do outside of just short form. Like that's cool. Like talk to me about that.
Yeah, I kind of, you know, that was my vision until somebody told me they sometimes sit there for 3 months without getting a fucking shot of a bear.
Yeah, facts.
And then I was like, maybe. But
you
eventually,
could hire someone
like,
to do that, you know, and you could kind of direct it. You know?
I think it would just be like I saw Octopus Teacher and I was so inspired.
Oh, that's a good movie, bro.
Yeah, bro.
That shit's sad.
It's sad, but dude, how did they get such beautiful shots while like he had this experience? That's kind of something that is really important to me too, is like obviously I spend pretty much all day thinking about videos. I'm sure you do too. Like I feel like
obsessed,
a lot
bro.
of creatives are like this. It's just like, but it's even more important to me to like have a fun life.
Right.
So like as much as I can like make everything fun, even that's kind of, you know, I said this on Instagram, but like with the DC The Dawn video, I really focused on like how can I make this shoot like fun. And even though it ended up being stressful as everything does, it's like I'm just always trying to like push that. DC had a fucking great time because, you know, being the artist is lit.
Yeah. Was that a brand deal? What was that?
That was a brand deal with Meta.
Okay.
Yeah.
On his end or this end or
on my end?
Beautiful.
Yeah. And then we brought him in. He was down. He was such a good player about it, and we were able to get that one done. And I thought that was like probably my best example of that balance of like this was lit and it was, you know, it was as fun as it looked, and then I also like got a professional grade video out of it. Like sometimes that's very hard to do.
Absolutely.
Like the guys who really get pro videos after another and it's like, holy shit, this video is insane. Like the sets are work. Yeah. You know, like you know that. But wait, what were we talking about before?
Yeah, it was just like
goals, like shit like that.
Like that one was cool, bro, because that was something too. It was like, enjoying your craft, but also trying to get like paid for it. And I
Yeah.
see like a lot of YouTubers, like Colin and Samir.
Fuck yeah.
Right. So they have that whole like podcast where they're sitting down and their like ultimate question is like, how do you navigate getting paid and then doing this like out of enjoyment?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them are like move into the side of like getting paid.
Yeah.
And then a lot of them after a while they lose community. A lot of them kind of like going down to this rabbit hole path where they start declining, and it's because they don't enjoy it anymore. They become kind of like this corporation.
Yeah.
And that's something I see all the time, even with directors, bro. So it's like, I hope you keep pursuing that, because you could see it in that video. I could see it in your YouTube videos. Honestly, I see it in all of your videos, but I can see why, like, you as being the creative behind it, you see it in a different way.
Yeah, and honestly, last year, and when I refer to last year, I'm talking about like the Tusi video really like going viral, and then all these artists like being able to hit me, and I'm like, oh, now I can like really get budgets for shit, and like it did start to feel like work, and I could feel it so hard, and like.
It's mentally draining, bro.
It is.
It's like you're not like physically, bro, like you can keep going, but like the mental is so strong, bro.
And it does, I like to think all those videos came out cool. There's certain ones that I definitely had to check before I posted. I'm like, this is like this doesn't have the same energy as when I wasn't getting paid, and I really needed to have that energy.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of goals, bro, I have like a lot of random creative ambitions. Like I want to learn tons of different instruments. I'm like dabbling with the guitar this year. It's been like a blast. So now I'm like, fuck it, piano, like
that's
drums,
hard.
like all that shit.
I'm not musically inclined at all, bro.
Yeah,
I can't make a rhythm to save my life, bro. Like it's not happening, bro. But that's good, bro. That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know because that was always the thing with the music videos. Like I said, like just getting closer to music, and the more I've done this, the more I'm like, oh, I really want to be even like in the studio. Like I want to write songs one day. Eventually my directing ambitions are like feature films and shows, and I love Dave.
Dave is so well made.
Dave's so good. That's a really good example of one of those things that I love how it blends real life and because the conversational, like the dialogue is so specific and like something you'd actually like hear your homie say, and it's like ridiculous, but he puts it in the show and he makes it hilarious and it works. I love shit like that. That's like really borders the line. But yeah, man, in terms of the feature film stuff, like I didn't necessarily feel this way until recently, but because I was always kind of like a new, this is like the new wave, like it's social media, like Hollywood's old, like, like let's be the kids about it. But then I saw fucking Barbie and Oppenheimer and Dune come out and grab the culture. Yeah, and I'm like, you really can only grab the culture like that with something like big.
Yeah, bro.
So like that's where my new ambition lies.
See, that was what I didn't argue with them, but I like disputed with like the other directors was like, bro, Dune paid like a social media set to come through and record Zendaya and Timothy. Like that was part of the budget, bro. That wasn't on some freestyle shit. Like they knew. Same with Barbie and Oppenheimer, bro. They knew exactly what their rollout was gonna be. Like they need people who are short form, like professionals who can go and make stuff like that. And it's like, like a lot of older generational like videographers or directors are not gonna fuck with it, bro. But like that's the new wave. It's the new trend. It's what's definitely like popping up around the corner. Like, and I love knowing that that's something that you're super passionate about. Cause me too, bro. Like that shit really caught me off guard. Like doing the music video reviews was like, I started it mainly because I didn't see anyone like providing that kind of insight, but then also I saw it as a really good networking opportunity because it was like, oh, well, like if this kid over here in like Houston's showing me love, maybe I can fuck with him and maybe we can see what we can do. But then it started getting like some good views, and that's when I just started like trying to cook a lot more, trying to be more specific with it.
Yeah, when did you start that?
Bro, I got in a really bad situation. I got like robbed in Atlanta in like September.
Oh,
bro, like at gunpoint. They like knocked me out. It was horrible, bro.
Holy fuck, bro.
Yeah, it was horrible. And then, cause all I was doing was working with like hood rappers, bro. Like that's all I knew being in Houston.
Me too for a while, yeah.
Bro, awful. And then when that happened, I like came back and I was like, I need to do something that's gonna make me like different. And so I started in like that month of September, which was like 7 months ago.
That's sick. And yeah, I mean, right away it sets you apart.
No,
right?
like 9 months ago, yeah. Bro, yeah. Like it was, bro, I had a whole execution that I wanted to do with it.
Yeah, and
keep going.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly how I felt in the beginning too. Is like, well, I'm gonna do something different, obviously. Like, and you achieved it right away. Like, I mean, obviously, videos
Ton,
and videos
yeah.
and videos, but like it was almost like the first idea you had was a good one, and it popped.
What's your consistency like with, like right now, right? I'm following you on Instagram. Like
Yeah.
I'm seeing you post every day.
Yeah.
What is your consistency level right now? Would you say that it's as high as it was before, or like where would you say your method of execution right now is?
This is as high as it's been. Also, wait, am I good? I touched this.
Yo, Nathan, can we check audio? Are we good?
Let's break the fourth wall a little.
We're good. It's good. Keep it in there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, my output's as high as it's ever been probably. Maybe like the past year, I've started working with editors, which I was always very against because it's like
You want to do
everything was me, and,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
in my old vlogs, like it's so, I can even see like why I thought of like some random shit to like pop up on screen
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
a crazy sound effect that like when you send it to an editor, they're gonna give you what they think you'd probably like if you're a normal like
Yeah, yeah,
person.
yeah.
But like, you know, there's no limit to like what you might just fucking think of at 2 a.m. when you're ripping it. So now I've found this cool balance where I just, every project, because also and you experience this too, but I have the YouTube videos, music videos, and short form, and it's all like super different.
Yeah.
The editing is all like, it calls for something different. So like, I'll just take each of those pieces and like sit for a sec, think about it, be like, okay, think about the editors that I use. I have a couple people that are good that I've locked in with, and I'll send it to them, and I make everyone edit on Final Cut.
Damn, are you serious?
Yeah, everyone who works with me has to edit on
What?
Final Cut.
Damn.
Yeah, I'll buy it for motherfuckers.
Damn.
But because I want the XML, and I want to be able to get in there.
Okay.
So like, you know, give me a long version of what I'm looking for. If I want it to be 40 seconds, give me 2 minutes.
Okay.
I'll get in there and make it 40 seconds.
Okay.
But like, I don't necessarily have the time if I want this output to take it from 16 minutes of footage or 3 hours of footage.
yeah.
Sometimes we're rolling iPhones all day.
Yeah.
Like multiple cameras, all that shit. So like, just give me a long cut where like you include more than we're gonna use, and I'll cut it down. That's for like TikToks and stuff. Same shit with.
I can't believe you make people get on Final Cut.
Yeah.
That's insane,
Yeah,
bro.
dude.
I've never used Final Cut. I always use Premiere.
I think it's easier to learn than it would be. I use Premiere. I have used Premiere at times.
You edit the music videos in Final Cut too?
Everything.
Bro, go. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's really wild.
Everything. And like, I was completely, I'm sure this is extremely common, but self-taught off YouTube.
100% YouTube University
Yeah,
all the way.
so like Daniel Schiffer, Ryan Nangle, like Final Cut dudes.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
just like ripping their shit. Obviously like Peter McKinnon and all those guys like all use Premiere. But once I learned how to like, I was saying self-taught because it's like, I just do, I know that I'm doing stuff in like maybe not the fastest way and it's like unorthodox, but like I'll manually like mask out, you know, like they don't have fucking rotoscoping or anything. So like, if I really need something like that, I'll hit up one of my boys and be like, yo, cut this guy out and like do this, whatever.
So it's a basic, like, is it like iMovie or it's like more advanced? Like,
it's more advanced.
Okay.
You can pretty much do, I don't want to say anything in it. Like,
can you color grade on there?
hell yeah.
Yeah, you can pretty much do it.
And
yeah.
it's got the wheels, you know, it's got curves and
That's
wheels
hilarious, bro.
and all that shit.
I
Yeah,
respect
bro.
that, honestly. Because I
Yeah.
have boys who use Final Cut, but I roast them all the time.
Yeah.
But no
Nah.
more. I respect it.
No, it's funny. I get, yeah, my boy Nick, who works with me a lot, is always like, bro, I'm faster in Premiere. I'm like,
Yeah.
sorry, man, I need that fucking
For real.
file, but yeah, bro. So that's been an interesting and really hard process to figure out editing for the right price and getting my taste in there. But in terms of output, it definitely helps. And I'm trying to shift my focus more towards YouTube and long form because I feel like kind of the same philosophy that leads me to the conclusion that like you got to do something big like Dune, like a feature length. YouTube is like a step closer to that than short form. And I'm kind of, now that I've gotten out some of the projects like the NLE TikTok that like, you know, some of my biggest videos, it's almost like hard to like go that big again. So I'm like, okay, still now
It's like a hit song, bro.
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
have this whole catalog of like stuff to look at, to send to people. Yo, this is the pacing I like to edit with. Shit like that. I love that this is like a filmmaking type of podcast, because usually I'll like not talk about editing because I'm like,
Bro,
people
it's
don't
so
fucking
important,
care.
bro. Yeah,
But like,
it's so important, bro.
90% of the job.
I feel like this episode is very impactful to the Shadow platform because it goes to show that we're not trying to just document a certain type of creative. SetWillFree is a great example of what happens when you have a vision, stick with it, and stay as consistent as humanly possible. That's exactly what I love to see, that's exactly what Shadow loves to see, and that's exactly why we wanted to showcase his story. And we'd love to do a whole lot more. Right now we have 2 different series. We have the Bridge the Gap series where you can get more of like a personal look at a creative. And then we also have the music video breakdown series where we can get into the mind of their creative work ethic and how they really went to make a project happen. And we're just trying to stay as consistent as possible. Grow, document, give out opportunity. That's all that Shadow's about. That's exactly what this platform is.